Passing on knowledge that was passed on to me through books of great thinkers and so forth. So all the credit should go to them, not to me.
This amazing idea does not ask you to give up your religion.
This idea doesn't ask what part of the world you're from.
This idea does not ask whether you're a man or a woman.
This idea doesn't ask if you're rich or poor.
This idea doesn't ask the color of your skin.
This idea doesn't ask if you live in a tent or a house.
This idea encourages you to practice your human rights in the world.
This idea encourages you to excel in your personal goals in life.
This idea encourages you to have a better understanding of all the people in the world.
This idea encourages you to have more confidence in yourself.
This idea encourages you to be a better person.
This idea encourages you to relate to all the people in the world.
This idea encourages you not to be inferior or superior to others than yourself.
This idea encourages you to be proud.
Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you, and though they are with you, they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backwards nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark on the path to the infinite, and he bends you with his might, so that his arrows may go swift and far. Let our bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for as he loves the arrow that flies, he loves also the bow that is stable.
40-year plan affirmations. You are what you repeatedly do, so therefore excellence is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle.
I think every living person can benefit from this documentary.
All things are man's, and he chooses that which he will have. Today he chooses in ignorance, tomorrow he shall choose in wisdom.
Everything that's going on now around us, whatever kind of problems we were talking about, it comes from lack of education, it comes from lack of self-esteem, lack of positive thinking.
Men fly from creed to creed and find unrest. They travel in many lands and discover disappointment. They build themselves beautiful mansions and plant pleasant gardens and reap weariness, heaviness, and discomfort. Not until a man falls back upon the truth within himself does he find rest and satisfaction. Not until he builds the inward mansion of faultless conduct does he find the endless and incorruptible joy. And having obtained that, he will infuse it into all his outward doings and possessions.
It has been established by psychologists and neuroscientists that every person in the world carries on an ongoing dialogue, or self-talk, of between 150 and 300 words a minute. This works out to between 45,000 and 51,000 thoughts a day. Most of our self-talk is harmless thoughts that serve our daily activities, like, I need to stop at the cleaners. The danger is when inner dialogue takes on a negative connotation, such as, I'll never be a winner, or why does this always happen to me? Affirmations are how we communicate our conscious objectives and desires to both our conscious and subconscious minds for behavioural change.
Life can be such fun. I am positive, focused and happy.
William James described affirmative prayer as an element of the American metaphysical healing movement that he called the mind cure. He described it as America's only decidedly original contribution to the systemic philosophy of life. William James was a pioneering American psychologist and philosopher, trained as a medical doctor. He wrote influential books on the young science of psychology, educational psychology, and psychology of religious experience. Affirmations. The concept of affirmations has never changed in the history of mankind, even though man has developed and we're now in the modern 21st century. This statement is a fact, not fiction.
Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it to infinite intelligence, as in the case of prayer.
Affirmations have been used by every living person throughout history. This is a fact. And affirmations will be used by every living person who will come into this world in the future. This is a fact.
How to develop faith? There comes now a statement which will give a better understanding of the importance the principle of autosuggestion assumes in the transmutation of desire into its physical or monetary equivalent. Namely, faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion.
Affirmations are the oldest known tools for the development and positive thinking of mankind, and they're also the only known tool for the development of the future of mankind. This is a fact.
Repetition of affirmation of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith.
Affirmations are the only known tools that have not changed since the dawn of time. In the 20th century, thousands upon thousands of books have been written on the subject of achieving goals, personal development, personal transformations, self-esteem, positive thinking, the law of attraction, and healing your life through your mind. All these books are based on affirmations, even though they have different titles.
No one is doomed to bad luck. There are millions of people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent.
98% of these books are written for adults who've strayed in their thinking and developed bad habits. The aim is for them to get back on track and be the person they can be, and to live in a loving, giving world. All the books that have been written on personal development have been written for adults. The truth of the fact is that every living person in the world uses these same tools advocated in these books, but the vast majority of the people of the world are not aware of it, even though every living person on the planet uses these tools.
Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought.
Hard facts about affirmations. These hard facts are evident in all countries of the world. They're evident in all languages spoken in the world, and they're also evident in every living person of the world.
Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force which attracts other similar or related thoughts.
For example, if we take a year-old baby from anywhere in the world, and that baby is learning to speak, you will find that the baby will repeat over and over again the same word until it becomes printed in the subconscious mind of that baby. It will be there until it becomes a habit. This is the basis of affirmations, which begins in every living person in the world. Affirmations can be found in every single school of the world. When school children are asked to repeat the alphabet over and over again till they know every single letter, this is affirmations. Affirmations are found in every religion of the world. If you recite a prayer over and over again, this is affirmations. Affirmations are found in every sport of the world. Repetition of action towards the attainment of any given goal is affirmations. Affirmations are repetition of thoughts. They are tangible, physical actions towards perfecting some desired goal. Rudyard Kipling recognised this when he said, "Of course, words are the most powerful drugs used by man." Muhammad Ali, throughout his life, repeated the immortal words, "I am the greatest." He became known as the greatest boxer in the history of the sport, and he became the iconic sporting personality of the 20th century. By his commitment to affirmations, he confirmed the power of affirmations as fact. Mahatma Gandhi used the words liberation through non-violence. He inspired over 200 million people to take up the cause until it became a reality. And throughout, he used these words to liberate India from British rule. This is the power of affirmations. Martin Luther King was so inspired by Mahatma Gandhi that he used the same inspiration to win the hearts and minds of the people of the world towards the unfair and unjust treatment of black people in America, where they had no rights. "I have a dream" became the beacon light of hope and the memorable mantra for millions in America. His immortal "I have a dream" speech was simply littered with affirmations. Any country that adopts this idea will reap the benefits of producing people that will excel themselves. They will have their people live in peace and harmony, reduce crime, bullying and domestic violence, and equally important, save trillions of pounds in the process. And that money can be used for better things, to make people's lives richer, in terms of being proud of their country. Now the time has come for all people of the world to become responsible for all human beings on this planet. The time has come for us to put away our ignorance and look into how we can all collectively contribute to a better world and to contribute to a better future for all those who will come after us. There is no known way to have a better future for the world and the people of the world except this idea to put affirmations into every school in the world. This is the aim of this documentary. Please remember that our children are our future. In the immortal words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Like a computer, our mind processes all the information we input. Our beliefs and expectations are built up by the thoughts and suggestions we regularly give ourselves. Psychologists and neuroscientists have proven as a fact that you can change your daily habits within 21 days by doing something new, or you can break a habit in 21 days.
In logic, an affirmation is a positive judgment. In law, an affirmation is a solemn declaration allowed to those who object to taking an oath, and it has equal legal standing. In the final draft of the 1787 Constitution of the United States of America, it states that the President must take an oath or affirmation before entering office. In New Thought and Positive Development, an affirmation is a form of autosuggestion. Affirmation can be viewed positively as a form of mobilization of one's inner resources. Life is all to do with human connection. All parents in the world want their children to be positive, healthy, happy, successful and confident in this life, and to grow up respectful towards all human beings in the world.
If a child lives with criticism, it learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, it learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, it learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, it learns to feel guilty. But if a child lives with tolerance, it learns to be patient. If a child lives with encouragement, it learns confidence. If a child lives with praise, it learns to appreciate. If a child lives with fairness, it learns justice. If a child lives with security, it learns to have faith. If a child lives with approval, it learns to like itself. And if a child lives with acceptance and friendship, it learns to find love in the world.
This is an example of how affirmations work. I love and respect myself.
I love and respect myself.
If a child grows up loving and respecting themselves, they will develop and mature with confidence, and they will not stoop to carrying knives when they become teenagers, committing domestic violence in relationships when they become adults, or bullying someone at work when they are in business.
I love and respect my classmates.
I love and respect my classmates.
I love and respect all children in my class. A child will not have envy, jealousy, or resentment towards any of their classmates, and they will simply see them as loving children sharing a common cause of education together.
I love and respect all the children in my school.
I love and respect all the children in my school.
I love and respect all the children in my school. When a child goes out into the playground at playtime, that child will not see black, white, tall, skinny, fat, slim, rich or poor. They will see children as children, and as a result, this will cut out verbal or physical bullying in schools.
I love and respect all the children in the world.
I love and respect all the children in the world.
I love all the children in the world. When that child is socializing and interacting with other children outside school, they will not see themselves as superior or inferior to other children. They will just see them as children like themselves. This will give them super confidence to grow spiritually as children and to have the confidence, understanding and sensitivity to become loving human beings when they mature into adulthood.
There are thousands of books written on philosophy and psychology, and they all say the same thing. Using affirmations every day helps influence the subconscious mind, and you become what you repeatedly say to yourself. What we'd like to see is affirmations being used in schools, 10 minutes every day in the morning, starting from the primary years.
I am passing on knowledge that was passed on to me through books of great thinkers and so forth, so all the credit should go to them, not to me.